Oh, y'all, I know I am late. I know I'm late. I had to go and get lunch. So, you know, I'm just running a little late. Like maybe 6 minutes, right? 6 minutes. All right, where y'all at? Come on, y'all. We got to get this over with. So I can go ahead and have my lunch. I'm getting things prepared here. Okay, that's the next to Joseph. Okay, I sent that to him. Good morning, Facebook. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, y'all. Good afternoon. I forgot I didn't do the morning show this morning. Yeah. Um, okay. Okay. Now I gotta go here. Go here. Do this. Do I need to? Do I need to do that? It's it. Oh yeah. They be tripping.
Hey,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
ooh, that echo.
That was real loud, wasn't it?
And it just kept going and going and going.
It's an echo.
I'm a little disappointed.
Turn your volume down.
I did.
I did. I did. You did not tell me that. Oh my lord. Why is it doing that, Joseph?
Okay, this echo is
Okay,
really
this echo
carrying
is really
today.
carrying today. She is. She is really doing shows.
Where's the headphones?
Where's the headphone? Headphones, hold on.
What time is it? Okay.
What time is it? Okay.
You did, and I just
You
put them
did, and I
somewhere.
just put them somewhere.
Hey, Lawrence.
Hey, on.
And hello to the other two people in the
Hello to the other two
bushes.
people in the bushes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I
On
will.
your mouth. On your
Hmm,
mouth. Hmm? You need a napkin.
I got it.
I got it. A napkin child.
Was you doing bad
Was you
things
doing
to me while
bad
I was
things to me while I
sleeping?
was sleeping? No.
Is that what's on my
Is that
mouth?
what's over my mouth? No, honey. Don't do it. That wasn't me. I ain't
Was you
never
having
done nothing
fun
like
with
Was
my
you having
mouth while
fun
I
with
was
my mouth
sleeping?
while I was sleeping? No. Me?
You.
You. Shabba.
And then gonna look at it and go,
And
"What's
then
that
gonna
on
look
your
at it and go,
mouth?"
what's that on your mouth? You got the headphones on?
I do now.
I do now. I do now. It's
You
my
probably need to turn me
You
down
probably
some.
need to turn me down. I ain't got you turned up. That's the whole thing. It's scaring
Well,
me.
why am I so loud
Well,
in
why
there?
am I so loud in there? I don't know.
Well, at least the echo
Well,
going.
at least the echo going. It's not going. It's not going.
Oh,
It's not as prominent as it was before. Oh my god. Ooh.
did you take
Did you take
the lighter?
No, it's
Oh,
plenty of
never
them over
mind.
here on my nightstand.
You took the other stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Good morning, Auntie Pee Wee.
Hey, Auntie Pee Wee.
Did you find one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh God, we can get started with the show. I'm just prepping myself.
I'm disappointed, Tremel. Oh, Auntie Pee Wee, I feel
I
great.
feel great.
Overall, I feel great. Tremel just had to run out and get me something to eat because my blood pressure, I don't know, since I've been,
I've been,
well, I
well,
don't know if I told
I
you
don't know
that
if I told you
before
that
those shows
before the
start.
show started.
I
I, um,
They found that I had an
they found that
infection
I had an infection
where my catheter
where
was
my
in my
catheter
stomach,
was in my stomach,
and I
and
didn't even know it.
I didn't even know it.
So, in a way, me
So,
falling,
in a
hurting
way,
myself
before
was a good
hurting
thing
myself was a good thing.
because I didn't have none of the
Because I didn't
symptoms
have
that
none
I
of the
was supposed to
symptoms that I was
have
supposed to have
if this got
if this got
the infection.
the infection.
And I feel
I feel
so good
so good
because I guess I just got
because
used
I
to
just
feeling
got used to
bad.
feeling bad.
So that
So
now
that
that all of
now that
that's getting
all of that's
fixed
getting
and all of
fixed
that in
and
the
all of that in
process,
the process,
I feel so
I
good.
feel so good.
But in the
But
process,
in the process,
I realized
I
that when
realized
in the
that
beginning when I was in pain, I wasn't eating when they took me to the hospital.
to the hospital,
I didn't eat for
I
like
didn't eat for like
4 to 5 days.
4 or 5 days.
And
And
one of my friends
one of my
cashed at me and
friends
was like,
cashed at me and
"You
was
better
like,
order some
"You better order
DoorDash and
some
tell the
food
nurses to
and
get you
tell
some
the nurses
food."
to get you some food."
So luckily, I had a nice
Luckily,
nurse,
I had a nice nurse,
and she
and she
picked up the DoorDash when I ordered it,
when I ordered it,
and I was able to eat
and I was
something.
able to eat something.
And from there, I
And
started
from there, I
eating,
started eating,
and
and
my blood pressure
my
kept
blood
dropping
pressure
really
kept
low
dropping really
because
low
I wasn't
because
eating.
I wasn't eating.
But now
But now
I eat
I eat
like
like
just really a minimal amount of food.
minimal amount of food,
Not because
not because
I don't want to, but I just
I
don't be
want to,
hungry
I
like
just
that.
don't be hungry like that.
So, but this morning,
This morning,
my blood pressure dropped,
my pressure dropped,
and I was like, "Oh, Tramel, I got to get something to
and I
eat."
got something to eat.
So he went and got me a
So he went and got
sandwich
me a sandwich
from Subway,
from Subway,
and I'm a little
and I'm really
disappointed. I
disappointed.
mean, I knew it wasn't going to
I
taste like
knew
Jersey
it was
Mike's,
Jersey Mike's,
but I was hoping
but I was hoping
it kind of gave me the same
kind of
effect,
gave me the same effect,
but it really didn't.
but it really didn't.
It wasn't bad,
It wasn't bad.
but it wasn't all that good either.
Really though. I gotta turn Joseph down.
You hear the
Oh,
echo,
you
Auntie
need the
Pee Wee?
echo? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I heard the echo.
See, I don't hear the
See, I
echo.
don't hear the echo. Right, you don't hear the echo, but it's echoing. Okay. Y'all, please bear with us.
I'm gonna go out and,
I'm gonna go out
or Tramel, I can't
but
because
you
if
know,
I hit end,
hit end,
it's gonna
it's gonna stop. I'm gonna remove you.
yeah remove me.
Remove me. Yeah, I'll remove you, and then you can add yourself back on. Hold on.
And it's gonna end.
It's gonna end.
Any day now.
Hold on. Okay, let me see. It's got echo cancellation though. Hello. Yeah.
It won't let you.
Oh.
Right, because it hold on, let me try this.
Let me try this.
No, it won't do
No,
it
that
either.
won't do it. But yeah, you go on. That is so good. Okay. I don't know. Let me see. Say something. I don't know. Let me see. Say something. I don't know. Say something. Oh, hold on. What's going on, child? That's you, child. That's you, child. Okay. That's the one, too. I'm gonna mute you out.
Well, that noise to you.
I don't know. Hold on.
Hi guys, it's me, His Majesty. Welcome to the channel and welcome to the show. Please, by all means, hit that like button as you come in, and also make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. And if you want to become a member, please hit the join button. If you do not see the join button, it will be in the description box of this video and all of our videos as well. We'd like to thank you for joining us today, and we hope that you continue to join us. With that being said, walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness, and always remember, it's Team McRae all damn day.
Hello? Hello?
Can y'all hear us? Put a thumbs up if you can hear us.
Hello?
I see you on my phone. You moving?
Oh, yeah, they can hear us. They can hear us. Okay. It's just on my screen. My screen is frozen. Like totally frozen. I'm like totally frozen. Okay. You know what I gotta do?
Oh, you're not froze because I can see.
Not no more. I just unfroze for some reason. Hey, what's going on, y'all?
You cold?
Mm-hmm. And Joe said the heat is on. How about that? The heat is on. Hey, everybody, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Everybody having a good Friday so far? My Friday is.
Yeah, I'm coming back up there. They need to see me.
You You gonna do what?
Hold on, I'm gonna come back.
You gonna show your face?
But I'm
Or you just gonna put your emoji?
Yeah, but I'm gonna mute the mic.
I'm here. I'll mute you out too.
No, I'm gonna do it myself.
Okay. Go ahead. There you go. All right.
All right, no more echo.
There we go.
There we go.
Yes. That's cute. That's cute. That's TNG Sludge. What's going on, everybody?
What's poppin'?
It ain't no echo no more, though.
Good, because the echo was horrible.
Yeah, it was getting on my nerves. There's always something, you know. Yesterday I was having lighting issues. Look, you see the backdrop? It's perfect, right?
Yeah.
Why won't they do this every day? I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. It don't do like this every day. Yes, but I had to put up close and personal backdrop because it's not morning talk. Because it ain't morning no more. You know what I'm saying? So we missed morning talk, so we have to do up close and personal. So that's why we got up close and personal up there. With me sitting there looking fab, looking, you know. It's just give me my props, Joseph.
Yes, you got your props. You could also use my Joseph Rand's afternoon edition.
Oh yeah, I have to. But see, see, Joseph, every picture that I have of you,
No, you made one.
I know, but I want to make more pictures. I want to make like a picture like that of you.
Oh,
but every time, but you don't. Let me tell you something about Joseph and him being photogenic. Y'all see that picture? Y'all see that right there up over there? Then y'all see that? That's the look he always has. Like he get ready to beat somebody into the knee. And I'm like, Joseph, smile sometimes, smile.
I will.
But as y'all heard in the beginning, Joseph is doing really good. He's doing really good. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew he was gonna come home. He was gonna do good. Y'all excuse me, my allergies, the coughing and the sneezing at the same time.
Yes, because I'm trusting the process and I'm letting it happen as it happens.
Yeah, you ain't got mad yet.
No, because this is not something that I can rush, and I'm not trying to rush it. I had put in my head in the hospital that I can't rush this. This is a process that I have to sit and be patient with. Because I know if I try to rush this process that I'm going to make myself worse than what I am. And that I don't want to do. So, like, when you was begging me not to try to walk, and I'm not. I mean, the physical therapist says that I can, especially when the other one comes today with the walker and the shower chair. They're saying that I can use the walker because my knee actually can support my weight now.
Yeah, the walker's gonna be better.
So, you know, and they see how I can get up and make it to the bathroom and stuff like that.
I'm gonna have to get you one of them walkers, right?
No, they gave me one.
No, I know the one, but the one they give you ain't really fashion forward. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. That's the one that it's the one that you put the tennis balls on the bottom of. That's the one.
No, I think they gave me one with the wheels.
Oh, if they gave you one, then see, I had one of those.
I think they gave me one with the wheels.
I had one of those, but I'm not sure they gave you one of those.
Well, it really depends because they go into this place in Utica that actually is not for me to keep. It's for me to use until I don't need it anymore. And then they take it back to the place. So really, it just depends on what kind of walker they have. If they have the one with the wheels, they're going to get me the one with the wheels. If they have the one, if they don't, then they're going to get me the regular one.
Oh, see, I had the one with the wheels, right?
It
looked just like the one that you had in the hospital. It looked just like the one you had in the hospital, except it got wheels on the front.
Right.
But no, the one I'm talking about is like a walker. And if you get tired, you can sit down.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Got handbrake.
You can get those on Amazon.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna get you one of those.
Right, but I'm not going to need it but for so long.
I know you ain't got
Because once I can support once my knee can, do what it do naturally, I shouldn't need a walker, or a cane, or nothing.
I don't even know if you're gonna be able to, like the ones that I'm talking about. I don't even know if that's gonna be good for you because you're so tall.
Right.
You're so tall, and so they may only make them a certain way, and I don't know if you can lift them or whatever. But we'll see. I guess we'll have to see.
Right.
And it's funny. You was talking about finding out some things about your health that you did not know. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm like, wow, what if that infection would have never been detected?
Or I would have died because it could have killed me.
Yeah. So, yeah, you just really.
Falling was a good thing.
Yeah, it was.
Even though, at the time I didn't think it was a good thing, but it was a good thing because it helped detect something that I didn't even realize was wrong with me. And remember how I kept telling you, I want to feel like my normal self. I feel tired all the time. I feel sluggish all the time. That was because of the infection.
Yeah. But and people, I'm not saying this because I'm saying that my husband did something wrong. But that's why when you go to the doctor, you have to ask questions. You have to.
But that's the thing. That's what makes me mad is that I was telling them this. I was telling them what was okay. For example, I kept telling them, why am I getting so big? Why am I getting so big? They kept attributing it to what I was eating.
And they kept attributing
it was the infection blowing my stomach up.
But they were also attributing it to the fluid that goes into your stomach.
They never thought that I was infected.
Right. They would have never thought that. I mean, looking at you, you wouldn't have thought that, Joseph. Although you were a little bit heavier, you looked healthy to me.
But I kept telling them like the whole going to the bathroom thing.
Yeah.
All of that. I told them, and something should have triggered in their head to say, let's test the fluid in his stomach. Or how many times did I take them fluid, Jamel? Just when I had to.
But could it be detected in that?
That's how they detected it in the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Through the fluid.
I thought they detected it through your blood work.
No, they detected it through the fluid because I looked at the fluid and I told them in the hospital, I said, my fluid don't look like that. Mm-hmm. And they was like, what do you mean? I said, that looks like green tea. I was like, my fluid don't look like green tea. Mm-hmm. So that's when they decided to test it.
Right.
And that's when they came back and told me that I was infected and blah, blah, blah.
Well, when you go to the hospital, they do a test on everything. They be doing like 10,000 tests on you. Well, versus when you go to your doctor, who could order a test like that.
Well, they wasn't going to test the fluid until I said something. And once I said something, they was like, well, let's test some of the fluid and see what's what. Because if I didn't say
it's nothing, hard to place blame on just one person. It's really
I don't blame them.
No, I know you're not. But what I'm saying is, it's hard to, pinpoint where did your doctors go wrong versus you finding out the information that you found out. I made that point to say this is that it's important that when you go to the doctor to ask your doctor questions, and if you have a condition, know your condition. Know what it feels like to feel bad. Know what it feels like to feel okay. Know what it feels like to feel good. Know these things, and then know something to do just in case.
But it's not hard to your doctor. Because, like I was telling somebody the other night, I was so used to feeling bad that feeling bad felt good. If that makes sense.
But at the same time, Joseph, every time you went to the doctor, you told them the same thing over and over again.
Right. And they just
continue to tell them the same thing over and over again. Eventually, you're gonna have to do something about it. They're gonna have to say, okay, it's gonna come a day you go in there and say, listen, this ain't changing, something ain't right. I'm gaining weight. This is an issue for me. Because I'm noticing that I'm not eating like I'm gaining weight. So y'all gonna have to tell me something. And if y'all can't tell me something, then I'm gonna go elsewhere for y'all to tell me. That's just how I am. When it comes, me, Joseph.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Remember when I went there with the eye doctor, I was like, oh no. You are not going to inject needles into my eyes for
Right.
every two times a year for 2 years. No, that's not going to happen. So I'm going to find out from another doctor and see what he said. And if he say that he ain't giving me the right answer, I'm going to another doctor just to make sure. So it's important. And see, I was talking to my mother about this. The reason why I bring this up, my mother is 76 years old. I was bringing this up to my mother because my mother said she don't go to the doctor because she don't feel sick. I said, Mommy, you are 76 years old. You have to go to the doctor regardless whether you feel sick or not. You should be seeing a doctor every 90 days. And she's like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, Mommy, you're a nurse. You're a nurse practitioner. You know this, you know? And she's like, yeah, but I feel fine. I feel fine. Most of the time I feel fine because she had like a really, really bad headache the other day in her neck. And I said, Mommy, I said, that might be your allergies. You might have allergies. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but that's what it sounds like to me. But, you know, that's why you have to go to the doctor. The older you get, y'all, let me tell you something. The older you get, you're going to have to go to the doctor.
That you going to start falling apart?
Yes, you are. You're going to have to start going to the doctor because things going to start. Listen, that's just age, I think. I really think it has to do with age. And it does have something to do with the way in which you take care of yourself. But there's some things you can't avoid because you know Joseph, one of your friends, he's a bodybuilder.
Right.
and he still not succumbed to, but got diabetes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's somebody that eats right and stuff. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. He's somebody that eat right. You know what I'm saying?
Because they didn't even know what to tell him what to do.
Right. He was somebody that ate right, but still he ended up with diabetes. So that's what I'm saying. It's important for you to go to the doctor and speak to your doctors and know your conditions, whether it be 1 or 2. I know everything about diabetes, kidney disease, bipolar disorder. I know all about it. All about it.
Oh, you yeah. I think people, and I think that's what shocked them with me in the hospital, was that I knew what I was talking about. Well, that
shocks everybody for some reason because they're not used to a patient like you. They don't have many patients that come in there that can tell them what their phosphate levels are and all that stuff like you do, Joseph. A lot of patients, they just go and sit in the machine and let them clean out their blood, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And if something go, they call their doctor, and they don't even ask for an explanation for what it is. They doctor just say, just go to the pharmacy and pick up this medication, and that's it.
Right.
You can't do that. You cannot do that.
I need to know what it entails. I need to know how we're going to fix it.
Yes.
I need to know what beforehand, before anything even happens. And for me to find out that I had this infection after not having it for so long, from doing it at home, it was like crazy to me because I realized that a lot of times I don't get symptoms like they said I should get.
Me neither.
I don't get symptoms.
Joseph, remember when we went to the nephrologist, the kidney doctor, and they were like, "You feel okay?
Right.
Are you all right?" You know, but my blood pressure was high. To them, I should have been like spazzing out or something. Just like I just got a call from my doctor, my nephrologist. I have to have iron infusion.
Hey, Belle.
They said, Mr. McCoy, we did such and such tests on you. We discovered that your iron is low. Now you have to go for these iron infusions at the hospital for the next 3 weeks. I'm like, okay, should I be feeling some type of way? You know?
Oh, that's why you always cold.
Yeah, I am. I'm always cold. Always cold. Like I'm cold right now, child. Y'all see my little nips right here sticking out through the shirt, child.
That's why you always cold.
But I'm like, okay. So now they set me up to do these fusions, these iron fusions.
We take like 45 minutes
every Tuesday for the next 3 weeks.
Because I had 2, well, 1.5, because the IV that was in my arm when they gave me the second infusion, when they was giving me the second infusion, it started burning, and she had to stop it. And they knew I was leaving in like a day or two, so they didn't even bother to put an IV in a different part of my arm. They just didn't finish the infusion. But I had got at hell. They gave me two. What do you call it? They gave me two blood transfusions. Then they gave me two iron transfusions, but the iron transfusion they could only do like 1.5 because the second one started burning. Like I could feel it burning going into my vein because the IV was just like it needed to come out.
Oh,
It's because of that. Well, because they took the original IV out and then they put in another one. And when they put in the other one, I was going, oh, child, that was a whole story on its own. But they finally got it in my arm in a different spot. And that was fine. But then it started burning with the iron infusion. So it was like, oh, no, child, I'm done. I said, I can't. I said, it's burning.
You said the iron infusions burn?
No, it was just that the IV had been in my arm
For so long.
And they used it to give me an antibiotic, to give me the 2 blood transfusions. So, like, when they do that, when you have an IV in your arm like that so long, it just told them when I said it was burning that they needed to move it.
B12 in there for B-child. Little sample of B12 up in there too, child.
Hey, Donna.
When they do my iron.
No, when you get the iron, you're gonna feel different. Watch. You're gonna feel different. Even if you're sitting there and you cold to start, as you get in the iron, you're gonna start warming up. Your whole body is gonna start warming up. You're gonna feel warm. And by the third one,
I'm always cold.
Right, by the third one, you won't even feel. By the second one, you're gonna notice a real difference.
I won't have to snuggle up under you no more.
No, you will. Because they did, like I said, they gave me 1.5. And I still get cold, not as cold as before they give it to me. But, now that you getting them, they're gonna keep checking because you probably gonna need them as much as I do.
Oh God.
Y'all
see things change as you get older. Joseph, I want to do this thing.
Hey, Bacon Michelle.
I call it I Wish a Millionaire Would. Right.
You said you call it what?
I Wish a Millionaire Would.
Oh.
Because I wish a millionaire would, child. Like TheMKingz will said, I wish a millionaire would sit up there with them wigs sitting up on top of her head like that. Well, I wish a millionaire would. I think this man at the gas station that comes in the gas station, I think he's a millionaire. And here's why. And see, y'all, let me tell y'all something about people that are millionaires, a lot of millionaires. A lot of millionaires live out on the streets as transients. Joseph, am I lying?
Some of them do.
They live out on the street as transients. Like where I come from in Newark, it's a whole bunch of them downtown Newark. Somebody did a story on them. These people that are millionaires, but they just don't have it up here no more, but they have millions of dollars, right? But they live as transients on the street. They eat out of garbage cans, the whole nine, Joseph.
Because they're mental.
Because they're mentally, right. They're not mentally.
There was one by my job.
But some of them is just like, they just like frugal like that. Like, I think this man at the gas station is a millionaire. Let me tell y'all why. Okay, he comes in there, he has this dirty shirt on, he got these dirty pants on, and he got these sneakers, and now they got holes in, like, it don't make no sense for him to put them on, child. And you can tell that he's a little clean because he looks clean. The only thing is that his beard is overgrown, his hair is overgrown. And he's not a heavy-set man or anything like that, but his car, Joseph, his car got garbage and just, oh God, it's the back seat is just piled up to the top.
Living in his car.
I think he's living in his car. But here's the thing, he comes into the gas station and he buys the sandwiches, the sandwiches that have been there for 2 and 3 days that they throw away. They sell them to him for half price, right? I saw him one day at the register and he was paying for the sandwiches. Joseph, he pulled out a wad of cash like this.
Yeah.
I kid you not. He pulled like a wad of cash, like it was this thick, like that. I said, this man got money. He got
There's a lot of
money.
millionaires that go dumpster diving.
Yeah.
And they frugal, and that's how they have so
Well,
much
my
money.
mama told me, she told me about a couple, because you know my mother feeds the homeless. So she told me about a couple of people that she knows that live downtown North that are millionaires, you know.
Yeah, there was this one lady by my job when I worked in Manhattan down on Wall Street. She was there, and not one day was this lady not there. And they actually did an expose on her because somebody followed her. They followed her home one day, and she didn't know she was being followed. Well,
is that the lady that was in the wheelchair in the whole nine?
No, she wasn't in a wheelchair. She wasn't in a wheelchair. She didn't pretend like she was sick or nothing. She just was out there begging, like, you know, a cup. That was it. She didn't act like she was sick or she was crippled or nothing like that. People would just give her change. Like, you know, you go to the little truck and buy a bagel and coffee in the morning, and they would just give her the change. Well, child, they followed her home. She lived in the same, Tramel, I can't think of the name of it, in that town where Whitney Houston used to live.
In Jersey?
In Jersey. She lived there.
Oh, she lived in South Jersey.
No, it was in, Totowa. It was that part of Jersey. It was like the northern part. Where all the people have the boats and stuff.
Yes,
it was like
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Or something like that.
Yeah, it was not Totowa.
You know what, like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
The part of Jersey that's like right by the George Washington Bridge.
Yeah.
She lived over there. She had like this big, huge house, these expensive cars, and every day that was her job to get up and go where she was. That was her corner. Everybody knew that was her corner, and she would go there every day and beg her. And she was, and I can't even say she begged because she really didn't ask. She was just standing there shaking her cup, and she just had on like tons and tons of clothes.
Yeah.
And she just shook her little cup, and when somebody followed her to see where she went afterwards, they discovered that she was a millionaire. Yeah,
you would gag. You would gag at some of these people out here that really have money.
It's easier for them.
When I hear about somebody like this, right? You know, I don't think like, they're trying to get over, or they're just doing it just for the money. Because who, Joseph? Well, let me just say this. I'll be honest with you. I know a guy who's a millionaire, and he made his millions in New York City collecting cans. I kid you not. He put himself through college, graduate school. He went graduate school 3 times. He has he has 1 doctorate degree and 2 master's degrees. He went to college and he paid his way through college collecting cans and being homeless in the city of New York. I know this guy. I know him personally. He's like a millionaire now. You know what I'm saying? But he did it all on his own. He collected cans and he had little things that he did. This was before modern technology came around. You know, he was collecting bottles and cans and stuff like that. You should have seen all the bottles and cans he had collected that he hadn't even turned in yet. He said, that's my bank vault over there. And that was it. You know, he even had a daughter and was putting his daughter through college, being homeless.
I don't knock nobody's hustle, especially like that. I'm not gonna, and even like the lady that was by my job, I'm not gonna knock her hustle because she didn't pretend like she was crippled. She didn't pretend like nothing was wrong with her. She was just standing there shaking her cup, and it was your choice if you gave her the money or not. She didn't ask for money. She just stood there shaking her cup. And
you know what I can appreciate about the ones here is that you don't see them.
No,
you don't see them here.
They live in the woods.
They live in the woods. They come out, once in a blue. But most of them work. Most of them work, Joseph, have jobs, and they work for what they get. They just choose to live that way. They choose to live a transient life. And who are we to you know, to judge them, you know. And, you know, we help them. Yes, we do. We've helped them, you know. But how many times, and a lot of people get in their feelings about stuff like this, but how many times have you helped somebody and didn't know who they were? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So why you get mad? Don't get mad. You know, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, people. It's all about people being able to be themselves, being accepted into society. If they choose to live on the streets, by all means, let them live on the streets and respect them as long as they respect you. You know, for those of them that need a helping hand, help them. For those of them that you know you can take them or show them a different way or to a place where they can get shelter, help them. You know what I'm saying? If that's what they desire, but don't judge. That's the thing that our society really can do. So, God, we could do without judgment. We could do without judgment. That's one of the things that hold all of us back from being the people that we are, is because we care so much about what other people think. Well, I'm not like that no more. I'm not like that no more. I don't care what the people think. You can think whatever you want to think about me. But and it took me 50 years to realize that, you know this, Joseph. But you can think whatever you want to think about me. I don't care. Um, you know, it's like I say about my gender. You know, as far as being gay, you know, that's the title that society gives me. That's not my. I don't wear that title. You know, nor do I wear any other title. Whatever title society gives me, I deal with them with all due respect.
Can you pause right there for a second? Because I don't even think I told you what happened to me in the hospital.
No, what happened?
So it was just like some of these interns, because you know, upstate is a learning hospital. That's why I had so many issues with the doctors. The nurses were phenomenal, but the doctors were like complete assholes.
Really?
And the reason I had a problem with them was because a lot of them are interns trying to become doctors. So it's like every day you see a different one, and then every day they come with different information. Or if you're a patient like me that knows what should be done and knows, you know, what's what, you confuse them. So you know, this one particular doctor, he would come every day, and he was an intern though. He would come every day, and he was, oh, Mr. McRae.
Well, why you confuse him though?
Huh?
Why you confusing? What you mean confusing?
Well, meaning they would tell me one thing. Okay, for example, they wanted to give me a CAT scan. So when they found the infection in my stomach, they come. He, not the one I'm about to tell you about, a different one. He came and, oh, we need to do a CAT scan because we need to see where the blood is coming from. And I'm like, you need to do a CAT scan for what? Because you know, Tremel, they already educated me on if I get this infection, what needed to be done, how it needed to be handled, and stuff like that. So he couldn't explain to me why they needed to do a CAT scan, other than they wanted to know what kind of infection and if the infection was still there. I said, well, where did it go? I said, you haven't given me any medicine yet. So he's like stumbling over his words, and he don't know what to say because he thought I was dumb. And like he was just come and tell me anything, and I was
so they want to use you like for a lab rat or something.
Right. So then, because you know they want to get me in there and have about 30 of them. Well, this is what happens, and this is what you look for, and this is what you do. So he came back. Okay, so are you ready for? Because they was trying to pull me for a CAT scan at like 9:00 at night. I told the nurse, I'm not doing no CAT scan. So that's not going to happen. So she was like, so you don't want to? I said, no, I'm not doing it. So when they came back the next morning, he's like, well, we were trying to do a CAT scan and you refused. I said, of course I refused it because you know with the kidney situation that I have, you are not supposed to give me all that dye to drink because it'll never come out of my system because my kidneys cannot process it for me to piss it out. Right. Now he's sitting there looking stupid because he didn't know I knew that. Oh, well, no, you can do it. I said, no, I can't. I said, no, I can't. I cannot drink that dye. and have a kidney problem that I have, and it's just not done. Nobody's going to do that. So he was like, well, we could do it without that. I said, no, I'm good. I said, if I would have went home yesterday like I was supposed to, you wouldn't even be able to have this conversation with me today. So let's pretend like I went home yesterday. Bye. And he left out of the office. But that's just how stupid they are, because they want to do what they want to do, knowing they should not have given me all that dye to drink because of my kidney situation.
So let me ask you this question, right? Should I get in my feelings when I go to the podiatrist and they ask me, could they take pictures of my feet?
Well, I mean, if you don't want to be an example, then no.
Remember, Joseph, remember when I went to my primary care and he was like, can I just take a couple of pictures of your feet? I want to show.
Right, because he was going to show people.
And I was like,
but he told you what he was going to do.
Yeah, he told me he was going to do, but I was like, well, damn, it must be really, is it really that bad? But then he took pictures after my feet got well and stuff like that. He took pictures of my feet. He was like, I'm going to show this to my students so they can tell their patients, this is what you do. What did you do? He asked me, what did I do?
Right. Hey, Brenda.
Because my feet was jacked up
but
in the child.
I wanted you to pause right there on the gay thing, because there was one particular doctor. He would come every day. He was like the only one that was consistent in coming to see me.
Okay.
So he would come every day and, oh, Mr. McCray, whatever. Whatever he was coming for. Oh, can I check your lungs and breathe and all that? Well, the last day, somebody must have told him that you was coming to get me. So they must have said my husband. And he comes in and he goes, Mr. McCray, oh, Mr. McCray. Now, you heard what I just said, right? Mr. McCray, I'm sorry to have to ask you this, but should I be calling you Miss McCray? I paused because, in my head, I thought about you. And I said, Trinell tells me that I shouldn't act because people are ignorant.
They are.
I have to give to their ignorance.
They are.
I paused because I was going to curse him out. I said, you have been coming in here for damn near a week and a couple of days and been calling me Mr. McCray. I have a mustache and a full beard. So let me ask you, why would you call me Miss McCray? I said, the correct question that you should have asked me was, how do I identify? And I would have told you he, him, and his.
Right.
I was like, but no part of me is a woman. I said, and you done checked up under this gown and you see that no part of me is a woman. So why would you call me Miss? Maybe it's because you finally found out that my husband is coming to get me. But this is a new world that we live in, where two men could get married. And when we get married, we're not husband and wife. We're husband and husband. Just so you know, and don't say nothing as stupid as you just said to me.
Right. But you know what, Joseph? That's the kind of ignorance that we deal with every day. You know that, right?
No, I know, but I just was like, you've been calling me Mr. McCray all this time. And he, like I said, he must have found out that they must have said his husband is coming to pick him up. So that's when, in his mind, should I be calling him Mr. McCray? Like, how does that register?
They get so afraid that they're going to lose their job. See, because I'm telling you, a lot of these companies and stuff like that have given their people training on, pronouns and things like that. But they're giving them the wrong training. Hold on. They're giving them the wrong training, first of all. Because, and then, Joseph, there is there's a whole, unbeknownst to you, there's a lot of ignorant people out there that just really don't know. I cannot tell you how many times my mother called me and told me she cursed somebody out because they said, I heard your son is getting married. Who's going to be the man and who's going to be the woman? My mother said, I cannot tell you how many times. And you was there for some of them when mommy cursed somebody out.
Right.
But asking that question. But people ask that question because they really don't know and they really want to know.
See, but for me, they're stupid.
Yeah,
because
they are.
Two men get married or two women get married, because women get the same thing. Who's the man? And it's
Right.
like,
It's stupid, Joseph, but at the same time, this is what you got to look at as well. As stupid as it is, right? You have to understand that we live in a world today where questions that people wouldn't dare ask you 20 years ago, they will ask you today. Because everybody want to be open and honest and they want to be real and so on and so forth. And they will ask you shit that will make you want to punch them in their face.
No, but I feel, you know what? If you, before you open your mouth and say something stupid, if you came to me and said, okay, so you're marrying a man, so how does that work? I would be more comfortable with you saying that to me and let it giving me an opportunity to explain it to you, because that tells me that you don't know,
right,
as opposed to coming to me saying who's the man, who's the woman. Because who's the man, who's the woman makes you look like a fool.
Yeah.
How does that work? Lets me know that you're curious,
right,
you want to know, and I don't have a problem with answering. See, when people genuinely want to know something, I don't have a problem with explaining something to them so they can be even more educated. And I'm not trying to change their opinion about anything or nothing. If you ask me, then that means you want to know. Now, if your opinion changes after I give you an explanation, that's your business. But that's not my purpose for answering you. My purpose is to educate you.
Right.
Because clearly you want to be educated. But when people make comments like who's the man, who's the woman, that just to me, I take it like you making it a joke. You think it's fucking funny, and now I'm going to curse you out because you made an ass out of yourself.
Right.
That's just me, and I'm not saying that the way you take it is wrong, but I'm saying that's the way that I take it, because I feel like if a person really wants to know, ask the right questions. Right. Don't just come at me with some okey doke stuff that is going to piss me off. And I think people do that to piss you off, like to slap you in the face and say, well, marriage can only be between a man.
Well, they don't know how to word it. They really don't. Some of the, like, remember when you was at that dialysis center, that Asian lady asked you that? She said to you, Miss McCray, didn't she? Remember when you were going into the dialysis center,
right,
in Jersey? She was like, what did she call? Didn't she ask you? Should she call you Miss?
Right, and I'm like,
yeah.
Are you stupid? But see, those are people that are trying to be smart, because they like. Okay, I had one nurse. She was fine. She had like a little rainbow thing, like she support the community. But she was married to a man. We had a conversation, and she was like, she said something about my last name. I said, oh no, I changed it when I got married. And she said, can I ask you a question? How did you guys come to that decision of who was going to change their last name? I don't have a problem answering that question, right, because a lot of people come to that, they want to know, like, well, right, how did you decide who was going to change their last name? Wasn't even a conversation. Right. And so I told her, and she was like, oh, okay, cool, that makes sense. I don't have a problem with somebody like that because they genuinely wanted to know. Right. And I genuinely gave her the right answer of what you and I discussed and how we came to that decision. Right. But just to assume when I said, oh, I changed my last name, oh, so you must be the woman. Why? Yeah. Do you not know in Indian culture, the men, when they get married, change their last name to their wife's last name? Yeah. Yeah. So, like, that goes to show people are stupid. You don't even know different cultures. In different cultures, when men marry women so that the women's family can lineage can carry on, right, they take on their wife's last name. Right. And then there was a guy was in there, and he was like, my wife wanted me to take her last name, but I told her, no, I'm not doing that. And he was just as white as he wanted to be. And she wanted him to take her last name because she didn't like his last name. So they both just kept their both last name. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. And it doesn't matter, gay, straight, white, black, Indian, Chinese, Latino. You never know what people do and why people do it. Well, you see, this is my thing. This is how I look at it sometimes. I look at it as some people, because, remember I was telling you last week when I was at work, I was looking at white people at work, and I was saying, they're interesting.
it's interesting how they interact with one another, you know. And see, this is how I look at it like it's a lot of people in this country that live in a bubble, meaning they live in this small little world where they go to work and they, you know, they're out and about and then they come home. That's it. And they don't know nothing else except for what they see on TV, or they don't know nothing else. They believe everything that's on the internet, or they believe everything that they see on their phone. Like my mama, she used to watch YouTube Child, and she used to believe everything that they said on YouTube. And I'm like, Mama, can't believe all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And there was a thing up there where she had heard that somebody, a very famous person, had died. And I was like, Mama, they ain't dead. What you talking about? They ain't dead. Here they go right here, they ain't dead. You know, and so it's people that live in a bubble like that, Joseph, where they just don't get out money. It sounds crazy, it sounds weird. There's a lot of people that don't get out much. They don't get out much, and because they don't get out much, they're just not in touch with what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and it's not even that they don't get out much; they just are not concerned.
And they're not concerned, and they come from a different day and age. And when you put those three together in a cocktail, honey, you have got a Boilermaker. Yeah. That's what you got, because you got somebody that comes from a totally different day and age where this was not acceptable. This was not the acceptable thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then you got that, first of all. Then you got this person that's out of touch. You got a person that don't get out that much, and they ask a stupid question like, who's the man and who's the woman? And then they get beat in the face.
And Donna, like I said, you're right. It's really none of their business.
It's not. It's really not. None of their business. It's really not. You know, to me, people shouldn't be asking stupid questions like that, period, anyway. It's none of that, because it's really none of your business. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand is that we have to stop constraining ourselves to what society thinks of us and be ourselves. Be your damn self, whatever that may be, and don't care about what other people think. I don't care. Joseph, I don't care. I really don't care. Like and, you know, when people give me compliments and stuff like that, that's nice and everything, but that's not something that I look for. Or, you know, if somebody got something bad to say about me, it don't really bother me. It's like that. What's that child? RuPaul's Drag Race wore off a duck's back. It's very that for me, you know. But it took me till I got to a certain age to feel that way about life itself. Like, I don't care. You can say whatever you want to say about me. Yeah, whatever you want to think about me. As long as you don't put your hands on me, because you put your hands on me, your child. It's a whole different story. That's a massacre right there. But, you know, say whatever you want to say. You can accuse me of whatever you want to accuse me, say whatever you want to say about me. It really doesn't make any difference to me. But, you know, we all need to get to that, because that's what this world is coming to. It's coming to a place of non-judgment, being non-judgmental. Like, listen, it used to be a time when you couldn't be the president and say you smoked weed before. Who gonna look at a person running for president a bad way, or just because they smoke some weed? Nobody.
Well, I mean, times are changing. Yeah, times are frowned upon.
Yeah.
Back in the day are now becoming more acceptable.
Right. That's my point.
Realize that you're not going to stop people from doing and being who they want to be and doing what they want to do, but you're still going to have people that try to stop it. And I think the more people that are,
well, those people need to stop it. They need to stop trying to stop
because
it.
Back when I was growing up, you know, people looked at me like I was crazy, because I ain't gonna lie, I was one of these little femboys walking around with blonde hair and my nose pierced and 3 earrings in one ear, and that was way before it was acceptable. So people looked at me like I was crazy, and it was like, "What are you doing?" And oh, you one of them F words, but I didn't care, and I guess because I walked around like that, and I didn't care what people. I cared. I'm not gonna lie, because it did bother me. So if I say it didn't bother me, I would be lying to you. But at the end of the day, I was going to be me. And then I just learned to not care. I was like, I'm going to be me. Ain't nobody bothering them. Ain't nobody stopping them from being who they want to be. So why should I let them stop me from being me? And I just built up this tough exterior that I didn't care what people thought about me. I didn't care what people said about me. In the beginning, it did. It bothered me. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be walking in the street and people call me the F word, and I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to die. I wanted to cry. I wanted to just run and hide right then and there because it was like I didn't want to be these names and I didn't want to be this but at the same time it was hard because I wanted to be me. Right. So it was if being me means I have to be called these names, then I'll deal with being called these names because I'm going to be me. Right. And being me meant more to me than being called those names. And that's why I say, and that's why you always ask me, like, why do I have a tough exterior, and why when certain things are said to me, I just look like I don't care or there's no reaction. And that's because I built that exterior from being teased and tormented for being who I was.
I did the same thing.
So now when people say things to me, it's like, whatever, child. Yeah. Come again. Come at me with something I've never heard. Like, nothing a person says to me bothers me. And that's what I be trying to make you understand. Like, Travell, you're not going to get a reaction with things that you say because I have built up this tough exterior because I have been told worse and I've been embarrassed in front of droves of people. I have had train cars of people laughing at me because boys were making fun of me. And I just stood there and I refused to cry and I refused to let them know it was bothering me. So I stood there like a rock, like, whatever, bitch. You gotta come better than that.
Right.
And just going through that at such a young age, at like 18, 19, by continuing to deal with that, it just built this whole iron curtain for me. So now that I'm 50, it's like, child, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm like that too. I'm like, okay.
Right. It just built this.
But see, I know me. I really have to pay attention because I won't verbally assassinate somebody. You know, Joseph, my mouth can get real crunk.
I learned that after the fact. But you know, when you first come out, you don't really know how to verbally assassinate nobody.
Oh,
you don't really know how to let loose with your mouth.
Yeah.
So you just stand there and deal with it. And then again, these are people.
And as you get older, it becomes more your words become more creative. More creative than some fortes. Right. It's like rolls up like, child, I can read a bitch in 2.5 seconds. Child.
Right. But in the beginning, it's like you're going
and do it in a nice way. I'll be like, do it in a nice way.
Friends, and then some boys decide I'm going to make a joke out of you, and everybody on the train is laughing at you, and you basically new to the scene, so you don't know. And then at the same time, it's about 5 of them and 1 of you, so you really ain't gonna pop too much shit because it's like, well, I'm not gonna get beat up. I mean, you know, I can fight, honey, but I ain't gonna be able to beat all 5 of these bitches up.
Right.
So you know,
Oh, you knocked the shit out of 1 of them, honey. Right. Trust me, the rest of them
definitely. They hit you with that child. So but what I'm saying is, I was the person that I wasn't going to incite the fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you talk about me. You know, I'm not gonna cry, even though on the inside, bitch, I was broken. When I tell you broken, oh my God, I was broken, and I was like, I don't believe this is happening to me. Everybody's laughing at me. Oh my God! All I'm doing is being myself, and it hurt. It was
somebody said that to me when I was in high school, and I beat the pure natural born. You know what out of him I did.
Oh, somebody just one person, that would have been a whole different story. So, but whenever it happened to me, it was like more than one, and it was like it just.
No, I got my respect after that. This boy used to mess with me every day. He used to say stuff to me. One day because he was in the band. He was in the band with me. One day he just said some shit, and it was like he broke me. And Joseph, when I tell you, I beat the hell out of that boy, and I got so much respect that nobody never messed with me again. They never messed with me again, child. But at the next day, child, it was like, they go to child, crazy. That's that crazy boy. He went in on that boy. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I don't play them games.
You know, part
I
of
don't.
me,
I don't play them
I
games.
wanted to fight, but like I said, it's never been a situation where it was just 1-on-1. It's always been like 5 or 10 boys, and I'm like, oh no.
Well, yeah, you know I got bashed. Yeah, you know I got bashed by about 30 guys. Bashed, you know, gay bashed me when I was young. I ended up in the hospital for a long time. But even with that, that taught me something too. You know, I just after that I learned how to watch my back. I did. I learned how to watch my back. And you know, I can't never say, the one thing I can't say is I've never let anything stop me from being myself. I was always afraid of embarrassing my family. I didn't want to embarrass my family, like my mom and my sisters or something like that. So that's why I kept my life so quiet. It was like, shh, hush, hush, you know. They never knew they never really knew anything about me because I didn't share that with them for a reason. I didn't want them. It was like, you know, that's my family. I don't want nobody to mess with my family. You know what I'm saying? As far as me, I ain't never had no problem in the street. Never had no problems in the street. I walked through some of the toughest streets of Newark. You know that, Joseph.
Right. For me, it was my grandmother. I kept everything away from, like, because you know I grew up with her where she lived, and then when I came into myself, I kind of stayed away from there because my grandmother, everybody knew that she was like the church lady, and she was the mother of the church. And for me, I felt that if they knew her grandson was, and at the time, this is how I felt, a big old queen, that it would make her look bad. But she's preaching Jesus, and here I come in a Shirley and blonde hair, sashaying through the prophet. And so I kind of stayed away. When it came to my mom, though, I didn't, because my mother never came across like the church lady. And my mother was a little more open than my grandmother. So it didn't bother me to be me in front of my mother. And it was kind of like I forced it down her throat to a degree. Like, this is who I am. And
see, I couldn't do that.
I don't care what you think about it because this is who I am. And you're going to love me no matter what because I'm your son.
Right.
And that's just how I felt about it. But with my grandmother, it was very unspoken. She knew. Oh, she knew. She knew. But I just didn't bring it around her friends and her setting because I felt I can't be me because it would make her look bad. Like, because I didn't want people to look at her and say, well, where's God now? Your grandson is a big old fag.
Yeah.
And I didn't want that for her.
Right.
But with my mother not being as churchy as my grandmother, it didn't bother me to be me.
See, the way you are with your mother, the way you were with your mom, is the way I am with my mom now. Like, I don't be trying to shove nothing down her throat, but I'll be like, Mom, look, the days is over with, girl. When you can say something about the way I'm dressed or what I have on or me having my nails done, or them days is gone. You cut that shit. You can cut that out. If you're gonna do that, then the best thing for us to do is not be around one another, and I'm fine with that. When I was younger, I wasn't fine with, you know, my mother or my sisters not accepting me, but I could take it or leave it now. I really could. I could take it or leave it because I'm at this state in my life where I'm like, I don't care. It's okay, and it's okay for you to feel a certain way. Like if you don't like you don't like the shirt I got on, it's okay for you not to like it because you ain't got to like it. You ain't wearing it. You ain't wearing it. Hey Trisha,
I told my mother.
You ain't wearing it. You know what I'm saying? Like my mother saw this picture back here. She saw this picture back here, and she thought it was beautiful. She told me, she said, "Shamel, you look so handsome," and I'm like, I like to, you know, I grew here, right? You know, I grew here. When my mother said that about that picture, I was gagging, you know. But I'm glad that she's coming to a place where she understands. But see, my mother has come to a place where she understands. In order for me to be a part of her life, she got all that shit that she thought before. She got to take that shit and throw it outside. That's it.
That's the one thing I appreciated about my mother was that she had her views on stuff, and she had her. And I guess that's where I come in with explaining stuff to people, because nobody ever really explained anything to her. She just had her own opinions about stuff. And as long as you made it make sense to her, she would think about it and change her view to a degree. And like when it came to me and certain things, and I would tell her, I said, did you listen to Grandma when she tried to tell you how to live your life? I said, because, you know, Grandma didn't believe in divorce, and you divorced my father. You did what you wanted to do and what was best for you. So why do you think now that you're my mother and I'm going to sit here and listen to how you want me to live my life? What makes me different than you? And she was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. And like, that's how I talk to my mother, because I just felt like you're not going to control me. You know me, Tramel. You don't tell me what to do. Right. And I've always been that, even as a little kid. That's why I used to get my ass whipped all the time, because you're not going to tell me what to do. Right. And I had to break it down for her. I'm like, lady, you're not going to tell me how to live my life. Right. It's just not going to happen. This is my life.
I see the pep talk every year. Tramel, I know that little parade that they be having in New York City is coming up. I don't want to see you on the news.
Oh, my mother told me that, and I told her I was going to make sure I was front and center on you. I said, I'm going to make sure I'm front and center on you. And I'm going to scream your name and scream your name. And I said, not only am I going to scream your name, but I'm going to scream your government name. She said, and if you do, I will fuck you up.
Listen, if I did this to my mother, she would probably have a heart attack right there. She would probably have a heart attack right there. Well, no, not today. My mother is just like totally different. The things that were acceptable to her yesterday she's more open-minded to. You know, like I was talking to her about me. She was asking me questions about me the other day, because, you know, remember I told you one day when I was in with my mother, I got dressed and I was going out with my friends. And she was like, who is this? I ain't never seen this Tramel before. You know? And I thought it was so funny. I was like, what are you talking about, Mom? When I never seen you dressed like this, I never seen you look like this. Who is that? You know? And I'm like, that's me. I said, there's something wrong with it. She said, no, there ain't nothing wrong with it. She said, I just don't know you like this. You know, she had to get to know me as being married Tramel versus being Tramel that's single, you know, and so on and so forth. Now she knows me as married Tramel, and you know, she knows my life and what I do. She knows you know, how I like to dress, because I've explained.
Oh damn, baby, did you put the garbage in?
Yes. But I've explained these things to her. I've had to explain these things to her in a way in which she can understand it, you know. Because remember when we went down there last time, she saw my hair. She was like, when did you grow hair?
And you know, it's funny to me because honestly, my mother-in-law has been like in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, she was a little standoffish because she didn't know me. And then the more she got to know me, like, I can call her mom. It was weird for me at first saying that because my mother was gone. So it was weird. But
Roxanne,
after a while, she really became a mother to me. Like, she checked on me, made sure I was good, made sure I was okay. And I appreciate that. It was like something clicked in her head and said, he don't have a mother no more, so let me be the mother to him that he don't have. And I appreciate
it's not even that. It's the fact that you're married to me.
No, true. But at the same, I mean, I'm saying that's the way I took it.
Oh, okay.
And it made me feel good. Like honestly, it did. It
But
was
she
like
looks at you as like you're her son now.
right, and
So,
and I appreciate that. I really do, and it's like it's a good feeling, and I appreciate it. And like I don't have nothing bad to say about my mother-in-law. I really do love her. I do, and I know I'm gonna get me some oxtails the next time we go to Jersey. I know that much.
You know, my oxtails are sickening.
Hey, Roxanne.
You know, them oxtails are to die for. You know, and speaking of that, Joseph, something came up on my Facebook timeline about vegan oxtails.
Yes, I saw it. I came up on mine too. That you can get vegan. I don't know
Where
about
do you
that.
get those from?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
You think they worth trying though?
I don't know. I don't know.
I know we need to go get some. You know,
I'm sure they got them in Walmart.
You know,
That's where a lot of people get their eyeballs. Did you see just Bambi? She did a vegan beef patty.
Oh, did she?
And I was like, a vegan beef patty? She said it tastes more like beans than meat.
Oh,
it was the same people that made the burgers that I made for you.
Oh, really?
They made the vegan beef patty.
Well, that sounds odd because that ground beef that they made tastes better than ground beef.
It was good.
It didn't taste like beans though.
No, but I'm sure in the beef patty they
I'll
probably
give me
mixed
some
it with
more of that,
different
Joseph.
stuff.
That ground beef was really good. It really was. Like I could. If somebody said to me, Jamel, don't eat no more red meat. You can't eat no more red meat. I would switch from red meat to that.
It was good.
It was really good. Like
hey, Monica.
I can see myself using it in chili.
Hey, Trisha.
You know, making a burger like we did.
It wasn't bad. It was actually better than what
I didn't like the way it
be.
smelled. I just really didn't like the way it smelled.
Right, and it sticks to the pan.
Yeah,
even though I put grease in the pan because I knew that there was like no fat in it, it sticks to the pan.
Non-stick pan.
Right, you would have to use really a non-stick pan because it sticks to the pan, and like you said, it stinks.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't have a good smell.
It doesn't have a good smell, but it don't taste like it smells.
Yeah.
So that's the saving grace, is that it don't taste like it smells.
Because when you kept on saying, Shamel, did you taste it? I was like, no. Why? He was like, you gonna gag when you taste it. I was like thinking it was gonna taste bad, and it really tastes good.
No, that's why I did that, because I said he gonna think that I made it taste bad. But it really, when I tasted it, I was like, wow, this is I seasoned it up right.
Y'all,
and I was like, okay.
Speaking of food, child, when this show is over with, I am going to munch. Y'all hear me? Y'all, I got me a sandwich. Look at this.
I'm so disappointed in my sandwich.
I got me a BLT with lettuce and tomato. Yes, I got me a BLT. I'm going to, child, I'm going to tear this. When I tell you I'm going to tear this sandwich up, child.
I'm good, Monica. Let me tell you, I'm so disappointed in my sandwich.
Why?
Because I had Tramel
You didn't like it?
Get the sandwich because my blood pressure dropped low. Because like I told y'all, when I was in the hospital, I was eating very minimal.
You didn't like your sandwich?
And now that I came home, I guess like you can look at me and tell I dropped a dramatic amount of weight. And it's like now I can eat, but I don't eat a lot. The only time I really like overate was when Tramel made some spaghetti, child, and garlic bread and salad. When I tell y'all that was banging, child.
Some tacos we ate yesterday.
That food was the bomb. But that's why my blood pressure dropped when I got up to go to the bathroom.
Why?
Because I only ate 3. And I was like, why do I feel like this? Why? I said, oh my God, because I only ate 3 tacos yesterday, all day. And that's why I was like, Tramel, you gotta go get me something to eat, give me some water, because the same thing was happening in the hospital. So I knew that it wasn't going to taste like Jersey Mike's. I knew it wasn't.
You hear Monica talk about she coming to see us, Joseph.
I saw her. I knew that the sandwich from Subway was not going to taste like Jersey Mike's. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But I had my mind set on Jersey Mike's. So,
no, Jersey Mike's, you can't beat Jersey Mike's. Right. Jersey Mike's, Subway is nothing like Jersey Mike's.
Nothing. And
because first of all, Subway, their bread is dry. It's not.
You know what? The bread, it ain't even that because you know I put extra mayonnaise, so I was good. So
Their sandwich is just dry.
But see, for
It's the
me,
bread. I'm telling you, the bread is dry, Joe.
no, but I'm saying for me, it ain't dry because I put extra mayonnaise. That's why I put extra mayonnaise because
I don't care how
dry.
much mayonnaise you put on. The bread is dry. It's like it's a sandwich, but it tastes like.
No, it just didn't have. It just didn't have that whole steak sandwich taste like Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
Like it just was not banging like Jersey Mike's. It just wasn't hitting right. It was good. Don't get me wrong. It was good, but it just wasn't
Jersey
hitting.
Mike's, they season, they steak.
Right. It just was not hitting like Jersey Mike's, and I was like, I knew it.
Jersey Mike's, they season, they steaks real good, child.
Child, ain't nothing like Jersey Mike's. Like,
yeah,
even their regular sandwiches.
It tastes like a roast beef sandwich, don't it?
Yeah, even their cold sandwiches is banging.
Yeah.
Yes, honey. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to go pick up my other glasses because
I'm
I know right where I'm going.
Sandwich up. This BLT, did you give me extra bacon?
No, whatever, because they had that as your favorite. So whatever was there, I just made sure there was no mayonnaise.
Extra bacon.
It had mustard, so whatever was there was already there. I didn't even have. I just hit the favorite for you because that's what it was. So they just made it.
Had last time when I was at the store, Joseph, because my heartburn. And I ain't got I ran out of heartburn medication. I got to go to the pharmacy back and pick it up. But yes, I'm going to tear this sandwich up, honey, when the show is over with. I'm going to yes, girl. Yes. I'm going to tear this sandwich right on up, girl. Yes. Y'all ain't said nothing about where we should move to. I ain't got, have you got any emails about that?
No.
No? Y'all ain't saying nothing about where y'all think we should move to. Now, we done told y'all we places we thinking about.
Well, Roxanne and me have had conversations about it.
Okay. What was y'all conversations about? You want to share?
Oh, well, I can share. Roxanne said we should stay here.
Really?
Yes.
But we're too far away from everything, Joseph. I mean, I think we should stay here. I'm like,
but then I think with the proper planning, I agree.
I guess we need to get out, or we either need to get out more because.
Well, Tramel, don't forget, there's been a pandemic.
Yeah.
So really, I understand what you're saying, but really, there really has been nothing that we really can do for real, because of the pandemic. Even things that were scheduled, a lot of things have been canceled. A lot of things now are getting canceled because of the Delta variant. So a lot of things that you see are going on, they're canceling them because of the Delta variant.
Dude, I'm not moving to Patterson. Oh, no, child. Getting murdered.
Oh,
no, honey.
No.
Dude, now y'all listen. I grew up in Patterson. But and with all due respect to my Pattersonians and stuff like that, it's not what it used to be. It's just not what it used to be. Joseph, take over. I gotta take this call.
I really don't want to move back to Jersey. Jersey, if I move.
Oh no, I can't move to Patterson. Oh, no,
I can't be nowhere.
Patterson is not what it used to be. My dad was a cop in Patterson and everything. I'm just like, I can't. I can't. Yeah, you know what? And that's what I was thinking too. I was thinking that it would be great in the grand scheme of things, like if we could like have a place to stay in Jersey, you know, that's closer, because like what am I trying to say, Joseph? We not stuck here. You know, it's nothing holding us here. You know what I'm saying? So if we wanted to say, let's say we go down to Jersey for the summertime, we could do that. You know what I'm saying? So it would be great if we had like a place to stay down there. And we could still be here, because we in like euphoria, really.
here.
I love it here. I love it here.
I love it here. I mean, barring the winter time, but unless you move,
Yeah, the winters are harsh.
You're gonna have winter wherever you move.
Yeah, I mean the winters are harsh.
Do Florida, someplace like that don't really have a winter, but I ain't trying to live in Florida.
Yeah,
but I'm saying anywhere we go, there's going to be a winter time. It might not be as harsh as it is here, but it's going to be a winter. So that don't bother me. I
wonder if we could do an Airbnb for the summer.
I think that because I know Tremel plan, I think what he wants to do can be done. It just requires planning as opposed to us living closer and being able to just wake up and say, let's go. I think that's what he wants to be able to do.
Yeah, because I have, all
planning, okay, this is happening in October, so let's plan to go here then. Instead of if we live somewhere and just found out something was happening, we could just get up and plan to go.
Right.
My thing is if somebody wants us to go somewhere, well, then that's a cost, and you need to pay for my hotel room. You do it for other people, so you're going to do it for me. That's just the way I feel.
Yeah,
and
we
you're
got
going to pay my travel expenses and everything else.
We got family, but child, like
I feel like this. If it's stuff me and Tremel want to do on our own, then that's great. If somebody tells us they want us to host an event, and we don't live nowhere close, you also need to be telling me what expenses you're paying for.
Right.
Because that don't mean just because you want me to host your event, I'm going to spend 4 or 5 hours driving to it, paying $80 a night, $90 a night, $110 a night for a hotel room just to make $200 for your event. Oh, that's not going to happen.
Well,
that's not
in the
going
beginning,
to happen.
I had to remember in the beginning, I had to set a flat rate because no one wanted to pay expenses, so I had to let them know, and of course they didn't want to pay expenses, but that's not a cost that we should have to bear.
Exactly. And that's my point. Even if I lived closer, like what you think, just because I come and spend my gas, that I'm not gonna make you pay for my gas. Or you're paying for something. Yeah. You're gonna do more than just pay for me to stand, or you're gonna pay way more for me to stand in than you would if I'm coming from a distance.
Yeah.
Like I'm willing to compromise.
The promo days.
Now I ain't asking you to pay for food. Like that, I would never ask nobody to pay for our food and drinks and stuff like that.
I would.
No, I would. I would. Because at the end of the day,
that's included in the flat rate.
No, what I'm saying is at the end of the day, we gonna eat.
Right.
No matter what, whether we stay home or whether we go, we're gonna eat. So my thing is, I ain't trying to get you to pay for food, but if you know that you want me to come, say to Atlanta, well, where am I gonna stay? How am I getting to Atlanta?
Right.
Especially if you want me to drive, that's gonna cost you.
Right.
And it'd probably be cheaper for you to buy me a plane ticket, to buy us a plane ticket to fly there, than it's gonna be for you to have me drive there. Because then I'm gonna have to set out to get there in like 2-3 days. So,
but you're gonna have to send a car for me when you need me.
Right. I'm not driving to your event. You need to send a car for me to go back and forth to your event. Like things you would do for anybody else.
Right. Well, and yes, you're right, Roxanne. We do have family. We both have family, but that we ain't even gonna get into that, child. We ain't even gonna get into that. No, I don't even want to get into.
Oh no, Roxanne. But see, that's what I'm saying. If it's something me and Tremel want to do, then I don't have a problem with going to stay with family and things like that, and the expenses coming from me. I don't have a problem with that because it's something we want to do that we're putting ourselves in the middle of.
Right. And we just don't do volunteer work no more. We don't do things for free no more because
we learned our
status. That's not our status anymore. It's not that we think we're better than everybody else, but this is our brand. It's our brand. So we
and me and Tremel did something starting out, and I ain't going to get into all of that, but we did something starting out. And we were told that we did an excellent job. They were surprised at how professional we was. Everybody loves what we did. And come to find out, because they made a
Everybody
mistake.
got paid except for us.
Come to find out, because they made a mistake and gave me and Tramel. I don't know how they made a mistake and gave it to us, but you claim we were the best thing, and we were the only two that didn't get paid.
Right.
That taught us a lesson.
Yeah.
We did it because we wanted the exposure.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like, Tramel, these people got paid. And they didn't even do half the stuff we did. I was like, I feel like a fool.
But we realized that we could write our own ticket.
Right.
We realized then we could write our own ticket, and then
Right.
we had just gotten out of a situation with a manager that was trying it, you know.
That almost made us miss the opportunity.
Right.
Begging for money.
Right.
And we decided to do it because when she started begging for money, they was like, oh, well, too bad for them. And then we went and did it, not knowing that everybody else was getting paid.
Oh, trust me, Roxanne, we know how to ball on a budget. We balling on a budget right now. Oh, shit. We balling on a budget right now, child. And the ball, honey, is in the box. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you. So, yeah, I mean, that's a thought too. I mean, our lease is up in February. So, I mean, it's a thought. We haven't made a decision exactly as to whether or not we're going to move, but if we can find, it has to be better, like better than where we live at now. The whole situation got to be better than what it is here. And we live a good life here. Trust. You know what I'm saying? We living a good life here, Joseph.
Oh, definitely.
You know, so
I'm not
it has to be better.
Less than what I have now.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely not. Definitely not. And I ain't moving, and or due respect again, I ain't moving to the hood. I can't move to the hood. Can't do the hood.
Oh no, when I left, I said I was never coming back, and I meant that, and I haven't been back.
I got all due respect for the hood shit. My sister live in the hood, honey. I love going. Sometimes I love going to visit. Monique, her shop is in the hood.
No, child. See, it's different. Your sister live in the hood.
Yeah, she live in the hood.
That shop is in the hood.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, but she got some good cakes. It's worth.
Oh no, it's worth going to get that
bullets.
No, it's worth going to get a cupcake and a cake. I ain't even gonna lie, but getting back to your car in one piece, that's the part you gotta worry about.
Get some good over there too, child.
Or hope that they don't take your cake and your cupcakes before you get back to the car.
But you get some good weed over there, good child.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
And the girls is pretty. The girls over in Jersey City, shout out to the girls in the hood in Jersey City. You can rest assured that they got them eyelashes on.
Oh yeah,
and they got that hair
done.
And they gonna give you a look. They gonna give you Tangy slush. They give you Tangy slush. Okay.
They gonna give you a look.
The hood that we talk about is kind of like clatchy. It's like clatchy. And what you call yourself, Joseph?
Bouge ghetto.
Bouge ghetto. It's very bouge ghetto, very clatchy, classy ratchet. It's very that, you know. But I can't live there. I can't, y'all. I just can't do it.
Oh no.
It's not for me.
I'm not doing it.
And you know they got a high rise over there where they take people like us, you know that have fixed incomes. They got a high rise over in the hood that they looking for people to move, but they won't nobody move up in that girl. Nobody will move up in there. And the building is nice, Kim said. Yeah. But yeah, I can't live in the hood. See, it got to be better than where we at now. It does. It has to be better than where we are now. Another thing that I'm working on, Joseph, too, is this drag, just this birdcage drag show. It's called the Birdcage Drag Show Review. I'm going to get a host of big names in drag together, and we're going to go on tour. And we're going to take this show on tour. That's another thing that I'm working on. And of course, the reality show. I know a lot of people have been asking about that. We have been getting, people talking about us doing a reality show. The problem with that is that we don't have a team. We don't have a team of people to film. You know, if we had a team of people to film, we could do it. But we're not doing it inside of some little bullshit contractor with somebody and so on and so forth, and we don't get what we want.
No, I think I came up with an idea of what we could do with that and how we could do that.
But we'll talk more about that.
Yeah, that getting a team of people to film us and stuff. Obviously, that's the easy part. And I'm being for real. That's the easy part because there's really a way around that where you can have it filmed, professionally edited, and everything. And you know, I know how to do it, and it was done exactly the same way Paris' Burner was done.
Oh, really? Okay.
Right. So that is not. I can make that. We can make that part of it happen. You just got to get down as far as who's going to be on the show, where the show is going to take place, stuff like that.
Right.
And the rest of it, we can get done. We definitely can get that.
Well, I need to talk to Daryl too because I had a show idea that I needed to pitch to him that I really think will be big as well. So, you know, we got a whole lot of different things in the works right now as far as what we're planning to do. Like YouTube, y'all ain't our bread and butter. It ain't even the butter, honey. To be honest with you, it's not. And if it is, it's a little pat of butter, honey. That's all it is.
Just a little pat
of butter. That's it. You know, so but we do other things. You know, we do other things. If you're looking for us to do an inspirational speaking event, we do those. We host events. We do red carpet events. We host events. We host birthdays, anniversaries, all those different types of things. We also do perform weddings. We're both a wedding officiants. We can actually perform an actual wedding ceremony. That's what a lot of people don't know about us either. Is that, you know, we can actually perform weddings. Hey, Erica. And we do a host of other things. We life coach people. We give, you know, professional advice on things, on life, period. Although neither of us hold a degree of psychology or anything like that. Most of the advice and most of the life coaching and things like that we do are based on, you know, life experiences, you know. And that's really it. Yeah. But, you know, let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about, you know, what should we do? We're kind of like, right, well, I think 2022, we're really going to be coming to a medium, Joseph, both financially and everything across the board. We're coming to this place where we have to make a move. You know what I'm saying? We have to make a bigger move, period. Because, you know how I am with numbers and stuff like that.
Right.
2022, that's couples, right? That's pairs. Everybody's going to be in pairs next year, you know? And there's something big coming. I don't know what it is. It's something big for us coming. I don't know what it is. It ain't scaring me, but I'm like trying to be prepared for it. Like something in my ears like, Sherelle, you better be prepared, child, because something getting ready to happen, child. Something getting ready to happen.
So not negative.
No, not negative. I'm like, will I get back into modeling again? Will I get back into doing print work? You know, what am I going to do? What's getting ready to happen? All right, Lord, what's getting ready to happen, child? What you get ready to do? Like, you know what happened this week with you having to sign some papers and stuff.
Right.
You know, I don't know. I'm like, okay, but what is it? What is it, Lord? What is it? I know one thing. I got to get my driver's license, y'all.
Yes, you do.
I got to get my driver's license. I'm going to do that. I told you I'm going to do it this month, right?
No.
I'm going to take the test.
Okay.
I ain't got no other choice, Joseph. I got
No, you don't. Especially like right now.
Yeah, I ain't got no other choice. I'm gonna go ahead and just take the test, and you know, if I pass it, I'll just move on to the next phase or whatever. That's it. I gotta stop being afraid, and that's what it's been. That's why I haven't taken it, because I've been afraid I'm gonna fail it. But
And if you fail, you take it again.
Yeah. Yeah. So, y'all, we gotta get out of here because I'm gonna go eat my sandwich shop. All right. Y'all make sure y'all watching us on all social media platforms.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course right here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to become part of the TheMKingz Roundtable and be a night at our roundtable, hit that join button. If you don't see the join button, it just means you're on a Apple device, but the link will be in the description box. And also make sure you check out the TheMKingz Boutique for everything TheMKingz and Dare to Be Different. And if you watched yesterday, you saw Chopin made a host of new items. So if you haven't been there in a while, definitely go check out all the new stuff that is in the boutique.
Yes, check out the new stuff that's in the boutique, y'all. And please make sure you support the TheMKingz. Our Cash App is right down there. Right down. Am I pointing to it?
Yeah,
pointing to it. It's like,
now you
it's
are.
right there, y'all. That's our Cash App. So support us in any way that you can. This is $2 Cash App month. And please send your $2 Cash App as we are trying to get my husband a mini fridge. And also pay the bills around here as far as, you know, the YouTube bills. You know, we got to pay for internet and StreamYard and things of that nature. So, you know that every penny that you donate to us goes back into our platform. It helps us grow. And we appreciate all of your donations. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you being here.
Yes, and I've been waiting for Erica to come in here.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Because I have to do a rendition of You Shall Come Down.
Oh, God.
How you going to say, oh, God? Ishala Kondala stop them from having to do surgery on my leg. Robo Shanda. Ooh, I feel it in my spirit. Come on up in the Lord's house. Ishala Kondala. Come on up in the Lord's house. Ishala Kondala. Come on up in the Lord's house. Ye shall come to the Robo Shanda, Ibo Shai Kandala. Oh, yes. I won't sing the second verse.
Didn't you make a house version of it?
Because Chanel is ready to eat. But I wanted to give that to Erica today because I know she loves my song. She sings it to her children. And it's
she sings it to her children.
Yes, you did see yesterday. She said she sings it to her children, and her daughter said that she didn't know she spoke in tongues. Her daughter said, "Mommy, when did you start speaking in tongues?"
Lord have mercy, Erica. No, you do not sing that song to your church.
She said she's singing to her kids.
Lord have mercy.
And her daughter asked her, "When did she start speaking in tongues?"
Oh my God, y'all is a mess.
Yes, that's what kept us having to do surgery on my leg. And I sang it in my hospital bed. Yes, I did. I told y'all that was my praise and worship song.
Did they send the psych doctors after you when you did that? Eric said, yay, thank you.
See?
Lord have mercy. Y'all too much.
I told y'all that was my praise and worship song. It kept them from having to do surgery on my knee. Because when they told me they had to do surgery on my knee, oh, my little spirit was broken. Because I was like, I don't want screws and nails and stuff in my leg. And I was like, in my head, I'm singing my song. I was singing my song in my head.
Every time you see this song, it gets stuck in her head. Like, don't you know no good?
You see what Erica said? Erica said, yes, I sing it to my children.
Oh, my God.
It's supposed to get stuck in your head, Roxanne. That's the praise and worship song.
It's like that. Don't you know no good?
That's the praise and worship song. And when they said the MRI showed that room. I said, "Come on up in the Lord's house. Ye shall come to love."
Mhm.
I sure did.
Maybe I'll have to start singing it, child.
And I
I
sure
had to
did.
give iron fusion shots and things, child.
Those ain't bad, babe. Those ain't bad.
Hmm.
Only part that's gonna be bad is when they stick that needle in y'all.
Really?
I
You're
mean,
not
if
gonna
you
do
don't
it
like
through an
needles,
ivy?
huh?
You're not gonna do it through an ivy?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh,
They either
child, that
gonna put
don't
it in the
bother
back
me,
of your
child.
hand.
You know that don't bother me, child.
They either gonna put. See, I don't like when they do the back of your hand. When they do the back of my hand, I hate it. If they do my forearm or in the crack of my
They've
arm,
done this. They've done my wrist right here.
I'm good. That's where they had it when it was burning me in my wrist.
Yeah, I don't like that. Matter of fact, I still got a mark from when they did it on my wrist here.
That's why I got my tattoo, this cross tattoo.
But I didn't like it. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. I can do the back of the hand, like right here, and I can do like right here on my forearm. I just don't like for them to do it like in my foot. They did it in my foot one time. I was like, oh no, y'all ain't gonna do that shit no more.
Oh no, I don't like when they do it in the back of my hand.
Yeah. But anyway,
Like I said, my 5-year-old son was right here listening while Joseph was singing.
Lord have mercy. Anyway, y'all, we gone. We out of here, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all have the best day, the greatest day, and do your greatest work because you know your best is never good enough for people.
And if nobody tells you they love you today, just know that I do.
Yes, we do. Great Kings love you. Yes. And that's really it, guys. Y'all walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness. And always remember, it's Team McCray.
All damn day.
Talk to you soon.
Radio.
Bye-bye.